for the empathy and the symmetry. It's so great that we think that we are who we hold ourselves, who we project, who we recognize our interpretations of permeating percolations of being. But it's my seeing the light that we behave for the benefit of each other so that we are always receiving ourselves as the selves that we are. In the proverb, if you always give, you always have, of the Eastern and of the African proverb, if there's no enemy within, there can be no enemy without. So in the epicentral sancta enthralling the quintessence of the penultimate, perceiving all as God, perceiving itself, all relishing resistance and appreciating specificity and the colluding, coalescing of colliding capitulations of commendable character capacity are the golden glow of the rainbow's silence and the mysteries that we appreciate, the worshipping of utopic idealism and the capitulation of, hauling mirrors in Pandora's box and the transcendent objectivity of apologies and the sinkhole of the Zen now of then and Tao, the Yahweh of Yahweh. Pac-Man's piece of the caterpillar becomes the butterfly through the iridescent ethereality of the electromagnetic crystalline chrysales of the superego fealty fields of the cyber cider. The breath and the joie de vivre and the carpe diem of appreciating everything as a garden of regards. We're merely metabolizing the equations of reveling in the relevant revelations of relativity as we progress moving forward in the present pleasure of the pressures and the praise scent of the play sure and the prey shore of the fulling circle of the empathetic knowledge that we are a garden of regards and a hauling of mirrors, a musketeering consummating wisdom, whirlwimming of jests, the oiling of oil, the tangibility of intangibility, the engine of genius, the super colludence of chemistry, coalescing the brilliance of spirit with the emphasis of alignment across character, anchoring to the motion of the oceans already in motion, the illuminating the obviously oblivious, eclipse in the hyperbole parable of elegant eloquence, all of the crowning the crowds, cloud of clout, the weathering of weathering, the layering of layering, the mode, model, paragon of virtue of the cat scratching, the civil decency, relatively regarding the next two against and alongsideness of the ever alien. Never is all we have, the dreamers are always up to no good, passion of novel congress, genius, and the all-yum, allium, and the angel angling in the hypergeometry omni-myth, and the omni-geometry's hypermyth, the global universal campus coliseum, the universal regards of the aims of James, the sea lion of Merlin, the policing of politics, the busyness of the super crazy busy wishing well, all paralleling and unparalleled, the metamorphosis of the metaphorical, and the transmuting of the alchemist-mizing the hypnostic gnosis, the tearing of scales, acing of cakes, becoming of sage, the wizard's doctor A to Z, the zooey foundation of nature and the nurturing fountain of ewes, the raw war of the flow wolf as we amaze the labyrinth. Altogether, consummately, musketeeringly, the empathy of symmetries, synergy, symphony, syzygy, serenity, supremacy, the spooling out of the cat playing with the ball of yarn, the dragon wishing, Dragon Ball Z, meta, mecha, worshipping the hawing of mirrors, superego fields of fealty, cybercider, crystalline, chrysalis, hive mind, heart mind, obscene, unseen. Notice, you're not ice. Are you not nice? The steely justice, wishing well, melting the beauty scene. Iceberg, let us crash the Pipanic Titanic, and we all on the peachy beach. Harness, harvest, captivate, cultivate, nourish, flourish the lush, loquacious, livid, vivid, best and bettering of the yet next, of ever turning a new leaf and a page in the inn. The ordering of chaos as the enriching of hyperspace, the appreciating of utopic idealism and the balancing of priority and the adapting of harmony to each our own, and the ancillary salubrious celerity of the celestial, skinning the god onion here, on ion, the perception of experience as meaning, the positive feedback loop of positivity, the joys of the Trojan horse unto the Trojan horse of joy, a piranha pariah unto a pinata party, field day of torpedo tubules as we balance kingdoms of perpetual child receiving, mother giver, GURU, the animal, father taker, equilibrator of balancing kingdoms, and the attractiveness of the tractor beam, the beacon, the lighthouse of the future students' nature for their cycle, the transcendent objectivity, ever elemental, avataring, and allegory, elementary, and the ordaining orchestration of orchards as we garden regards, each the doing the oming home as we hone, honey as Merlin the wizard, or the dean of our own universal Gnostic conundrums of continuums, consistencies, and the continuity of the altar and the demonstrating, meandering, in the uplifting, enriching, inspiring, endearing, enamoring, rounding table, art you are, golden Midas, the arcing archive, the touche touch of Poseidon's golden trident, the pi-fi, sci-fi, wi-fi, Sinai of the mountain of spirit climbing our burning bushes up themselves as we saint air or stallion or lion or whatever you identify with. It's, as I started out, it's so good. In the infinity to infinity, pyramid to pyramid, that we identify with ourselves, that we feel ourselves as we gaze amidst the civil decency of shifting myth and the legend and lore of wisdom spins. The capstone to capstone, pyramid to pyramid, peak to peak, as we peers amidst pyramids, peers of midst as pyramids. All of Olympus, Olympian, the Valhallic valence, yammering, hammering, courts of courts, and all the butterfly fluttering. For now, that's all I got. Toodaloo, and the infinite mystery. Dreamer.